Hello, my dear friend. Welcome. It's so good to have you here. Nestled in this quiet corner of the evening, or perhaps the late afternoon, or whenever it is, you found this little haven of calm. Take a moment, just a quiet, unhurried moment, to settle in. Let your shoulders drop, release any tension you might be holding on to, and simply breathe. That's it. A long, slow inhale, filling your lungs completely, and an even longer, softer exhale, feeling the air gently leave, carrying away any lingering worries or the day's last echoes. Allow your mind to clear, to become a quiet, empty space, ready to receive the gentle narrative that awaits you. There's no rush here, no demands, no expectations, just an invitation to ease into a state of profound relaxation, letting go of everything outside this moment. If you haven't already, perhaps you'd like to find that perfect spot. Maybe it's your favorite armchair, worn soft with countless hours of comfort, its familiar contours molding perfectly to your body, embracing you in a gentle hug. Or perhaps it's tucked away in your bed, beneath a blanket that feels like a comforting weight, with pillows that cradle your head just so, inviting your neck and shoulders to release their hold. Dim the lights, if you can. Let the room soften around you, the sharp edges of the day blurring into a comforting haze. The gentle glow of a bedside lamp, perhaps, casting warm shadows, or the soft, ambient light filtering in from outside, barely illuminating the corners. A warm drink might be lovely. A mug of herbal tea, perhaps its steam rising in a comforting spiral, carrying a faint, soothing aroma that fills the air around you. Or a simple glass of water, cool and refreshing, a pure and cleansing sip. Whatever helps you feel utterly at ease, utterly safe, and completely, beautifully relaxed. This is your time now. A time to simply be, to let go, and to drift. Tonight, we're going on a very special journey together. Not a journey of grand adventures or thrilling escapades. No dramatic twists or turns, but something far more gentle, far more intriguing in its quiet, unassuming detail. We're going to step back in time, not just to any era, but to the very heart of the medieval period. Imagine, if you will, a world utterly devoid of the insistent hum of electricity, without the constant glow of screens demanding your attention, without the endless rush of modern life that often leaves us feeling perpetually behind, perpetually striving. A world where the rhythm of the day was dictated by the sun's slow arc across the sky and the immutable cycle of the seasons, where life was simpler in its lack of technology. Yes, but also, in many ways, much harder, demanding a different kind of resilience, a quiet strength born of necessity. Our destination is a quaint, perhaps even a little dusty, medieval village. Picture it in your mind's eye, the cluster of small, sturdy cottages with their thick, insulating walls of wattle and daub, and their gently sloping thatched roofs, each one a testament to human ingenuity and perseverance against the elements. Imagine the narrow, winding pathways, not paved, but worn smooth by generations of footsteps, leading past small garden plots, communal spaces, and humble animal pens. You might hear the distant bleating of sheep from a nearby pasture, a soft, almost melodic sound carried on the gentle breeze. Perhaps the faint scent of wood smoke, mingling with the damp earth after a recent rain, drifts through the air, a comforting and ancient aroma that speaks of warmth and home. It's a place where life unfolded at a pace we can barely comprehend. Today, a pace that invites you to slow down, to listen with gentle attention, to observe with quiet fascination, to simply be in the moment, unburdened by haste. And within this village, we're going to explore something rather unique, something that might at first sound a little, well, boring, perhaps even a bit unpleasant, if we consider it through our modern sensibilities. But trust me, sometimes the most mundane, the most overlooked details of history hold the most fascinating insights, especially when viewed through the lens of comfort and quiet contemplation. We're going to delve into the daily lives of the villagers, specifically focusing on some of the jobs they held. Not the heroic knights in shining armor, or the noble lords and ladies in their grand, distant castles, but the ordinary people, the unsung heroes and heroines of everyday life, doing the extraordinary, sometimes utterly unglamorous, work that kept their world turning. These are the jobs that rarely make it into the history books, the ones often ignored, but without which medieval society simply could not have functioned. We'll uncover the truth about the worst jobs in medieval villages. Now, don't let the word worst alarm you or stir any discomfort. We're not here to dwell on misery or to evoke any sense of distress. Quite the opposite. We are here to gently understand the realities of their lives, to appreciate the quiet strength and remarkable resilience of people long past, who faced challenges we can scarcely imagine in our comfortable modern world. Perhaps through this understanding, to feel a quiet, profound gratitude for the comforts we so often take for granted in our own lives, the ease that is often invisible to us. This isn't about shocking you awake or stirring any unease. Instead, it's about using the gentle rhythm of historical detail, the quiet unfolding of a bygone era, to gently guide you into a deeper state of relaxation, a peaceful descent into calm as we explore these historical curiosities. As we begin this journey, remember that there's nothing you need to do, nowhere you need to be, except right here, right now. Just listen. Let the words wash over you like a soft, comforting tide, ebbing and flowing, carrying you further into tranquility. If your mind wanders, as minds often do, that's perfectly fine. There's no judgment, no need to force it back. Simply notice that it has drifted, acknowledge it gently, and then, with the lightest touch, bring it back to the soft sound of my voice, to the vivid image of the medieval village, to the quiet unfolding of history. There's no test, no expectation, no right or wrong way to experience this. Just an invitation to drift, to float, to surrender to the peaceful narrative. You might find yourself picturing the scenes I describe, vivid images forming effortlessly in your mind's eye, or perhaps your mind will simply float in a pleasant haze, a soft, formless cloud of calm, unburdened by specific imagery. Both are wonderful. The goal here is not to learn every single fact or to commit every detail to memory, but to use the gentle rhythm of the narrative, the quiet details of a bygone era, to lull you into a state of deep calm. Let the historical boringness, the mundane realities of medieval life, be your soothing lullaby, guiding you softly towards the threshold of sleep. So, take another deep breath. Feel the weight of your body against the surface supporting you, the gentle pressure, the soft embrace. Notice the warmth that might be gathering around you, the softness of your blankets, the stillness that surrounds you. Let any remaining tension melt away, dissolving into the air around you, leaving you feeling light and unburdened, completely at peace. You are safe here, you are comfortable, and you are ready to embark on this gentle journey through time, a journey that will lead you, effortlessly, into the arms of sleep. Before we truly begin, if you find yourself enjoying this quiet corner of history and relaxation, a gentle thought, a like or a subscription would be a lovely way to let others discover this space too, to share this moment of calm with more weary souls. But truly, there's no pressure at all. Your comfort is the most important thing, and your peaceful rest is the greatest reward. Now, close your eyes, if you haven't already, and let's begin our quiet descent into the past, into the heart of a medieval village, where even the worst jobs hold a strange, comforting story, waiting to lull you to sleep. Now, with your eyes gently closed or your gaze softly unfocused, let's truly step across the threshold of time. Feel the subtle, almost imperceptible shift in the air around. You, a whisper of something ancient, something earthy, something profoundly different from the air you usually breathe. We're not just imagining this place. We're arriving. We are here. And as you arrive, let the familiar comforts of your own world gently recede, replaced by the quiet, tangible reality of this past. Perhaps you're not waking up in your own comfortable bed this time, with its familiar mattress and soft, smooth sheets. Instead, imagine a different kind of awakening, an awakening that is profoundly simple, deeply connected to the natural world. The very first thing you might notice isn't the gentle hum of your refrigerator, or the distant drone of traffic from a nearby road, or the faint glow of a digital clock. No, it's a profound, almost startling quiet. A quiet that is so complete, so encompassing, that it is only broken by the most natural, the most organic of sounds. Sounds that speak of a world deeply connected to the earth, to the rhythm of life itself. The very first hint of dawn isn't a sharp, jarring alarm, but a faint, insistent peep, peep, peep from just outside your small, unglazed window. A tiny, persistent bird, perhaps a robin or a sparrow, greeting the earliest, palest light, its song a gentle, unwavering melody. And then, a little further off, the soft, rhythmic cluck, cluck, cluck of chickens beginning their day, a sound so utterly organic, so rooted in the earth, that it feels like a forgotten melody, a primal whisper from a simpler time. You might hear the rustle of straw beneath you, a gentle, dry whisper as you shift your weight, settling deeper into your makeshift mattress. Your bed isn't a mattress of springs and foam, but a simple pallet, perhaps a wooden frame filled with fresh straw or dried leaves, covered with a rough woven blanket, perhaps of coarse wool, that while not luxurious, offers a surprising, honest warmth against the cool morning air. The straw shifts and settles with your movements, a soft, whispering companion, embracing you in its earthy comfort dot as you slowly begin to surface from the depths of sleep. A new scent begins to drift into your awareness. It's not the aroma of freshly brewed coffee or toast, or the clean, artificial scent of laundry detergent. No, it's something far more primal, more ancient, the faint, lingering smell of wood smoke from last night's fire, still clinging to the air, comforting reminder of warmth and safety. This mingles with the damp, rich scent of earth, perhaps from a recent rain, bringing with it the subtle aroma of loam and growing things, and something else, something vaguely animal, perhaps from the livestock housed nearby, or just the general, honest smell of a world lived close to nature, without the constant masking of artificial fragrances. It's not unpleasant, just different, real, grounding. It's the smell of life, unfiltered. You stretch, perhaps a little stiffly, feeling the cool air on your face as you emerge from beneath the rough blanket, a gentle shiver passing through you. The light filtering through the small, unglazed window isn't the bright, uniform glow of an electric bulb, but a soft, pearly gray, slowly brightening, promising the sun's eventual arrival. It paints the rough-hewn wooden beams of your small cottage with a gentle, diffused glow, highlighting the simple, sturdy construction, the hand-hewn imperfections that tell a story. You can see the dust motes dancing in the faint beams, tiny universes swirling in the quiet air, a testament to the constant, gentle presence of the natural world. Even indoors, your feet find the cool, packed earth floor as you swing them out of bed. It's a sensation that grounds you, connects you directly to the very ground the village is built upon. No soft carpet, no polished wood, no heated tiles, just the honest, cool earth beneath your soles, a direct connection to the ancient soil. You might shiver slightly, a small, involuntary response to the chill that still lingers in the early morning, a reminder that warmth is a precious commodity here, something to be sought and cherished. Reaching for your simple tunic, perhaps made Of course, wool or linen. You notice the texture against your skin. It's not the soft, smooth, often synthetic fabric you're used to, but something with more character, more history in its weave, something that feels sturdy and honest. It feels practical, made for a life of work rather than leisure, designed to withstand the elements and the rigors of daily tasks. As you pull it over your head, a faint, earthy smell rises from the fabric itself, a testament to its natural origins and the simple methods of its cleaning, perhaps just a good airing. In the sun or a rinse in cold water. No fabric softener here, just the wind and sun and the honest scent of natural fibers, a purity in its simplicity. You glance around your small home, taking in its quiet details. A sturdy wooden table, perhaps a few simple stools, a rudimentary hearth where the embers from last night's fire still glow faintly, a silent promise of warmth to come. There are no elaborate decorations, no intricate carvings, no gadgets, no screens demanding your attention, no endless distractions, just the bare essentials, each item serving a clear, vital purpose. And in that simplicity, there's a strange, unexpected peace. A quiet liberation from the constant demands and incessant noise of the modern world. You realize, with a gentle smile, that your biggest decision this morning isn't what to scroll through first on your phone, or what urgent email to check, but perhaps what kind of simple porridge you'll prepare, or which chore needs your immediate attention first. Stepping outside your cottage, the world truly begins to awaken around you. The air is crisp and cool, carrying the fresh scent of dew-kissed grass and the distant, earthy aroma of the fields, perhaps even the faint, sweet smell of blossoming wildflowers if it's spring, or the sharpness of frost in winter. The sun, still low on the horizon, casts long soft shadows across the village green, painting familiar shapes in a new, elongated form, stretching out before you. You can hear the distant lowing of a cow, a deep, resonant sound carried on the crisp morning air, the bleating of a sheep, and the occasional, surprisingly loud, crow of a rooster that sounds like he's auditioning for a medieval rock band, his voice carrying clearly and triumphantly in the still air. The village itself is stirring. A wisp of smoke curls lazily from a neighboring chimney, a sign that someone else is also beginning their day, coaxing their own hearth back to life, preparing for their own morning rituals. You might see a neighbor, already out, tending to a small garden plot, their back bent in quiet industry, their movements slow and deliberate, utterly absorbed in their task. There's a sense of shared purpose, a quiet understanding that everyone here is part of the same rhythm, the same struggle, and the same simple joys. A silent nod, a small wave, a shared acknowledgement of the new day, a communal bond that runs deep. As you walk towards the well, perhaps to fetch water for the day, your bare feet or simple leather shoes feel the unevenness of the path, small stones, patches of damp earth, perhaps a stray twig or two. This isn't a paved road, smooth and uniform. It's a path worn smooth by generations of footsteps, a living part of the village's history, connecting every home to the vital water source. The wooden bucket feels heavy in your hand, its rough handle worn smooth by countless previous users. A tangible connection to the effort required for even the simplest tasks, a reminder of constant physical engagement. And as you reach the well, the creak of the wooden pulley as you lower the bucket, a sound that echoes softly in the quiet morning. A familiar sound of daily labor. The splash of water as it hits the surface far below. A cool, clear sound. Then the rhythmic drip, drip, drip as the bucket fills, and the cool, heavy weight of the full bucket as you draw it up, hand over hand, feeling the strain in your arms and shoulders, the muscles working in unison. These are the sounds and sensations of a life lived in direct contact with the elements, a life where every necessity is earned through honest effort. It's a simple act, yet it's filled with a quiet satisfaction, a sense of accomplishment, even before the day has truly begun. You might even catch a glimpse of your reflection in the clear, cool water. A face perhaps a little smudged with sleep, hair disheveled, but with a quiet strength in your eyes, a calm readiness for the day ahead, a reflection of resilience. You might even chuckle softly to yourself, realizing that your morning routine here is less about hitting snooze on your phone and more about, well, survival, but a gentle, rhythmic survival, a dance with the necessities of life. No frantic rush to check emails or catch a train, just the slow, deliberate pace of a world that moves with the sun, with the seasons, with the fundamental needs of life. It's a reminder that sometimes the boring parts of life, the routines, the simple acts, are where the deepest peace can be found, where true contentment resides. And as we settle into this gentle rhythm, this quiet immersion, we're ready to explore the unique and sometimes surprisingly mundane realities of the medieval village. Let the quiet hum of this ancient world envelop you, drawing you deeper into a state of profound calm, preparing you for the gentle insights to come. The sun is now a little higher, a warm golden disk ascending in the sky, casting a more vibrant light across the medieval village. The air, though still cool with the lingering breath of night, holds the distinct promise of the day's warmth, a gentle invitation to activity. Your morning rituals, having begun with your quiet awakening, continue to unfold, each one a deliberate, unhurried thread in the quiet tapestry of medieval life, preparing you thoroughly, mind and body, for the day ahead. You return from the well, the heavy wooden bucket sloshing gently with each measured step, the cool, clear water inside a precious commodity, hard-earned and vital. The feel of the bucket handle, worn smooth by countless hands, is familiar and comforting. Inside your small, sturdy cottage, the embers in the hearth, carefully banked last night beneath a layer of ash, have been coaxed back to life with a gentle stir of a stick and a careful blow. A small, cheerful flame now dances in the gloom, sending flickering shadows across the rough-hewn walls, radiating a welcoming warmth. The smell of wood smoke is stronger now, comforting and familiar, a primal scent of home, of life, of constant presence. Your first task, after setting the water, down by the hearth, is often to attend to personal hygiene. This isn't the elaborate, luxurious ritual of a modern bathroom, with its endless supply of hot running water, its array of scented soaps, shampoos, and lotions. Instead, you pour a small amount of the cool well water into a simple wooden basin, perhaps a shallow bowl carved from a single piece of wood, its surface smooth from use. The water is bracing, a shock to the skin, a cool splash that sends a gentle shiver through you, but it awakens you more thoroughly, more naturally, than any sharp alarm clock ever could. You splash your face, feeling the cool droplets run down. Your cheeks, a refreshing wake-up call that clears the last vestiges of sleep, leaving your skin feeling invigorated. Perhaps you use a piece of rough linen cloth, or even just your cupped hands, to gently cleanse your face, wiping away the sleep and the faint dust of the night. The soap, if you have any, would be a simple, harsh lye soap, made from animal fat and ash, effective for cleaning, but far from luxurious, leaving your skin feeling clean, but perhaps a little tight, a true testament to its natural origin. You might run your fingers through your hair, attempting to smooth out the tangles from a night's sleep on a straw-filled pillow. A simple comb, perhaps made of bone or wood, might help, pulling gently through the knots, a small, satisfying resistance, gradually untangling the strands. There's no mirror to check your appearance, no concern for perfection or vanity, just a practical desire to be clean, presentable, and ready for the day's tasks. You might even notice the faint, earthy scent of the water itself, a reminder of its source, of the very ground beneath the village, a grounding aroma. This simple act of cleansing is a quiet moment of self-care, a gentle transition from the world of dreams to the tangible realities of the day, a blessing of purity. Dressing is another simple, yet deliberate, act, a layering of practical, durable fabrics designed for warmth and utility. First, a linen undershirt, perhaps thin and soft, directly against the skin, providing a comfortable base layer. Then, a heavier tunic of coarse wool or sturdy linen, pulled over your head. The wool, though perhaps a little scratchy at first, will offer essential warmth as the day progresses, insulating you from the chill that often permeates medieval homes and outdoor spaces. You might pull on simple breeches or a long skirt, depending on your role and gender, secured with a simple drawstring or a leather belt, which feels sturdy around your waist. These garments are designed for freedom of movement, for bending, lifting, and working, allowing your body to move unencumbered. Footwear is often a pair of leather turn shoes, soft and flexible, allowing your feet to feel the ground beneath them, but offering little in the way of cushioning or arch support. So you feel every stone, every uneven patch. Each piece of clothing is chosen for its utility, its ability to withstand the rigors of daily life, its warmth against the often chilly medieval climate, and its ease of repair. You might notice a small tear in the hem of your tunic, a reminder that mending is a constant, necessary task, a quiet act of preservation, of prolonging the life of what you own. The weight of the fabric, the feel of the seams, the simple cut, all speak of a world where clothing was a practical necessity, a shield against the elements, not a fleeting fashion statement, but a durable companion dot. As you dress, you might hear the sounds of the village slowly coming to life outside. You might see a neighbor, already out, tending to a small garden plot, their back bent in quiet industry, their movements slow and deliberate, utterly absorbed in their task. There's a sense of shared purpose, a quiet understanding that everyone here is part of the same rhythm, the same struggle, and the same simple joys. A silent nod, a small wave, a shared acknowledgement of the new day, a communal bond that runs deep. As you walk towards the well, perhaps to fetch water for the day. Your bare feet or simple leather shoes feel the unevenness of the path, small stones, patches of damp earth, perhaps a stray twig or two. This isn't a paved road, smooth and uniform. It's a path worn smooth by generations of footsteps, a living part of the village's history, connecting every home to the vital water source. The wooden bucket feels heavy in your hand, its rough handle worn smooth by countless previous users. A tangible connection to the effort required for even the simplest tasks, a reminder of constant physical engagement. And as you reach the well, the creak of the wooden pulley as you lower the bucket, a sound that echoes softly in the quiet morning. A familiar sound of daily labor. A splash of water as it hits the surface far below. A cool, clear sound. Then the rhythmic drip, drip, drip as the bucket fills, and the cool, heavy weight of the full bucket as you draw it up, hand over hand, feeling the strain in your arms and shoulders, the muscles working in unison. These are the sounds and sensations of a life lived in direct contact with the elements, a life where every necessity is earned through honest effort. It's a simple act, yet it's filled with a quiet satisfaction, a sense of accomplishment, even before the day has truly begun. You might even catch a glimpse of your reflection in the clear, cool water, a face perhaps a little smudged with sleep, hair disheveled, but with a quiet strength in your eyes, a calm readiness for the day ahead, a reflection of resilience. You might even chuckle softly to yourself, realizing that your morning routine here is less about hitting snooze on your phone and more about, well, survival, but a gentle, rhythmic survival, a dance with the necessities of life. No frantic rush to check emails or catch a train, just the slow, deliberate pace of a world that moves with the sun, with the seasons, with the fundamental needs of life. It's a reminder that sometimes the boring parts of life, the routines, the simple acts, are where the deepest peace can be found, where true contentment resides. And as we settle into this gentle rhythm, this quiet immersion, we're ready to explore the unique and sometimes surprisingly mundane realities of the medieval village. Let the quiet hum of this ancient world envelop you, drawing you deeper into a state of profound calm, preparing you for the gentle insights to come. The sun is now a little higher, a warm golden disk ascending in the sky, casting a more vibrant light across the medieval village. The air, though still cool with the lingering breath of night, holds the distinct promise of the day's warmth, a gentle invitation to activity. Your morning rituals, having begun with your quiet awakening, continue to unfold, each one a deliberate, unhurried thread in the quiet tapestry of medieval life, preparing you thoroughly, mind and body, for the day ahead. You return from the well, the heavy wooden bucket sloshing gently with each measured step, the cool, clear water inside a precious commodity, hard-earned and vital. The feel of the bucket handle, worn smooth by countless hands, is familiar and comforting. Inside your small, sturdy cottage, the embers in the hearth, carefully banked last night beneath a layer of ash, have been coaxed back to life with a gentle stir of a stick and a careful blow. A small, cheerful flame now dances in the gloom, sending flickering shadows across the rough-hewn walls, radiating a welcoming warmth. The smell of wood smoke is stronger now, comforting and familiar, a primal scent of home, of life, of constant presence. Your first task, after setting the water, down by the hearth, is often to attend to personal hygiene. This isn't the elaborate, luxurious ritual of a modern bathroom, with its endless supply of hot running water, its array of scented soaps, shampoos, and lotions. Instead, you pour a small amount of the cool well water into a simple wooden basin, perhaps a shallow bowl carved from a single piece of wood, its surface smooth from use. The water is bracing, a shock to the skin, a cool splash that sends a gentle shiver through you, but it awakens you more thoroughly, more naturally, than any sharp alarm clock ever could. You splash your face, feeling the cool droplets run down. Your cheeks, a refreshing wake-up call that clears the last vestiges of sleep, leaving your skin feeling invigorated. Perhaps you use a piece of rough linen cloth, or even just your cupped hands, to gently cleanse your face, wiping away the sleep and the faint dust of the night. The soap, if you have any, would be a simple, harsh lye soap, made from animal fat and ash, effective for cleaning, but far from luxurious, leaving your skin feeling clean, but perhaps a little tight, a true testament to its natural origin. You might run your fingers through your hair, attempting to smooth out the tangles from a night's sleep on a straw-filled pillow. A simple comb, perhaps made of bone or wood, might help, pulling gently through the knots, a small, satisfying resistance, gradually untangling the strands. There's no mirror to check your appearance, no concern for perfection or vanity, just a practical desire to be clean, presentable, and ready for the day's tasks. You might even notice the faint, earthy scent of the water itself, a reminder of its source, of the very ground beneath the village, a grounding aroma. This simple act of cleansing is a quiet moment of self-care, a gentle transition from the world of dreams to the tangible realities of the day, a blessing of purity. Dressing is another simple, yet deliberate, act, a layering of practical, durable fabrics designed for warmth and utility. First, a linen undershirt, perhaps thin and soft, directly against the skin, providing a comfortable base layer. Then, a heavier tunic of coarse wool or sturdy linen, pulled over your head. The wool, though perhaps a little scratchy at first, will offer essential warmth as the day progresses, insulating you from the chill that often permeates medieval homes and outdoor spaces. You might pull on simple breeches or a long skirt, depending on your role and gender, secured with a simple drawstring or a leather belt, which feels sturdy around your waist. These garments are designed for freedom of movement, for bending, lifting, and working, allowing your body to move unencumbered. Footwear is often a pair of leather turn shoes, soft and flexible, allowing your feet to feel the ground beneath them, but offering little in the way of cushioning or arch support. So you feel every stone, every uneven patch. Each piece of clothing is chosen for its utility, its ability to withstand the rigors of daily life, its warmth against the often chilly medieval climate, and its ease of repair. You might notice a small tear in the hem of your tunic, a reminder that mending is a constant, necessary task, a quiet act of preservation, of prolonging the life of what you own. The weight of the fabric, the feel of the seams, the simple cut, all speak of a world where clothing was a practical necessity, a shield against the elements, not a fleeting fashion statement, but a durable companion dot. As you dress, you might hear the sounds of the village slowly coming to life outside. Your midday routine is a continuous flow of practicalities, dictated by the needs of your household and the relentless demands of your chosen livelihood. If you are a woman, your tasks might involve a significant amount of domestic work, often physically demanding and never-ending. Fetching water from the well is a recurring chore, not just for drinking and cooking, but for washing clothes, for cleaning the home, for tending to the animals, for every aspect of household management. Imagine the repetitive motion, the creak of the well rope, a familiar, almost musical sound against the wood of the well, the splash as the bucket hits the cool water far below, sending ripples across the surface. Then, the steady strain in your arms and back as you haul it up, hand over hand, feeling the ropes bite into your palms, the cool, heavy weight of the full bucket as you carry it back to your cottage, perhaps 2 buckets at a time, balanced on a yoke across your shoulders, a testament to your strength. Each trip is a small workout, a constant reminder of the physical demands of medieval life, of how every necessity, every drop of water, is earned through honest effort. Cleaning is another constant, a never-ending battle against the elements and the realities of dirt. The packed earth floor of your cottage needs sweeping daily, a continuous effort against dust, straw, and the inevitable dirt tracked in from outside by feet and paws. You might use a broom made of bundled twigs, its rustic bristles stirring up small clouds of fine earth, which slowly settle back down, only to be disturbed again within hours. The simple wooden table and stools are wiped down with a damp cloth, removing the residue of meals and the ever-present dust. There are no chemical cleaners, no convenient sprays, just water and elbow grease, and the quiet satisfaction of a space made as tidy as possible, a small victory against the chaos of daily life. Cooking for the midday meal, often the main meal of the day, and typically the most substantial, is a significant undertaking. You might be preparing a thick pottage, a staple of the medieval diet, made from whatever grains, root vegetables, and perhaps a small piece of salted meat or fish is available. The process is slow and deliberate, chopping tough root vegetables. With a simple, well-worn knife, its blade dulled by countless hours of use, stirring the mixture constantly over the open fire to prevent burning, the steam rising in comforting plumes, carrying the earthy, savory sense of simmering food, a comforting aroma that fills the cottage and spills out into the yard. The smoke from the hearth might sting your eyes slightly, a familiar discomfort that you learn to work around, your movements practiced and efficient, your hands accustomed to the heat. If you are a man, your midday might be spent in the fields, under the open sky, exposed to the elements. You might be plowing with an ox, the slow, rhythmic thud of the plowshare breaking the earth, the heavy, rich scent of freshly turned soil rising around you. Or sowing seeds, the repetitive motion of scattering grain across the furrows, hoping for a bountiful harvest. Or harvesting crops, the rhythmic swish of the scythe through tall stalks of wheat or barley, your muscles aching with the sustained effort. The sun beats down on your back, warming your skin, but the soil is tough and unyielding, and the work is relentless, demanding every ounce of your strength. Your muscles ache, your hands are raw and calloused, but there is a deep satisfaction in the physical exertion, in the direct connection to the land that sustains you and your family, a tangible outcome of your labor. Or perhaps your work is more specialized, though no less demanding or physically taxing. You might be a blacksmith, the clang of your hammer against hot metal echoing through the village, a sharp, resonant sound that speaks of strength and craftsmanship, a constant rhythm of creation. The air around you is thick with the smell of coal smoke and burning iron, the heat from the forge intense, radiating outwards. Or a miller, the steady clack, clack, clack of the millstone grinding grain, a continuous hypnotic rhythm that permeates your hearing, the air hazy with fine flour, dust coating everything in a delicate white layer. Each job, no matter how humble or physically taxing, is essential to the functioning of the village, a vital cog in the machinery of medieval life, contributing to the greater good. Let's consider some of these worst jobs that might occupy your midday, the ones that perhaps you wouldn't choose, but are necessary. The gong farmer. Imagine being a gong farmer. Your midday is spent not in the fresh air of the fields, but in the dark, cramped, and utterly foul-smelling pits beneath the latrines of the village, or even the castle if you're in a larger settlement. The term gong comes from the Anglo-Saxon word for go or gone, referring to the waste that has gone away. Your tools are simple: a shovel, sturdy wooden buckets, and perhaps a lantern if the pit is deep and dark. The smell is unimaginable, a suffocating, putrid stench of human waste that clings to your clothes, your skin, your very being, permeating every pore. You work in silence, or perhaps with a few grunts of effort, hauling the contents of the cesspit into carts to be taken away to the distant fields, where it will eventually be used as fertilizer, a Grimm cycle. This isn't a job you choose for pleasure. It's a job of last resort, often done under the cover of darkness to avoid public scrutiny. But sometimes the work must be done when the sun is highest, revealing all. The flies are a constant torment, buzzing around your head, landing on your exposed skin, crawling over everything. The risk of disease is ever present, a silent threat. Yet someone has to do it. The village needs its waste removed for public health, and you are that person, performing a vital, albeit disgusting, service. You might take a brief break, leaning against a wall, trying to catch a breath of slightly less foul air, perhaps chewing on a piece of strong-smelling herb, or a bit of ginger to mask the stench in your mouth. A small, desperate attempt at relief, not the fooler. Or perhaps you are a fooler. Your midday is spent in a large communal vat, knee-deep in stale urine and water, stomping on raw wool cloth. This process, called fulling, cleans and thickens the wool, making it stronger, denser, and more durable for clothing and other uses. The urine, rich in ammonia, acts as a powerful detergent, breaking down oils and dirt in the wool fibers. The smell is pungent, acidic, and pervasive, clinging to your clothes and hair, an odor that no amount of washing seems to remove entirely. The water is cold, chilling your legs, and the constant stomping is physically exhausting, turning your legs into lead, a repetitive, monotonous strain. Your hands are often chapped and sore from the harsh chemicals, the skin cracked and irritated. The rhythmic squish, squish, squish of your feet in the vat, the splashing of the foul liquid, the faint tang of ammonia in the air. These are the constant companions of your midday. It's a job that requires immense endurance, a high tolerance for unpleasantness, and a robust constitution. but it transforms rough wool into valuable cloth, a vital contribution to the village economy, providing warmth and clothing for everyone. You might pause, leaning on the edge of the vat, wiping sweat from your brow with a forearm, the smell a constant reminder of your labor, a part of your very existence. The tanner. Imagine the tanner. Your midday is consumed by the intricate and utterly foul process of turning raw animal hides into usable leather. This involves soaking the hides in pits filled with various increasingly vile-smelling solutions. First, lime to remove hair and flesh, and various concoctions of animal, dung, urine, and ground tree bark, tannins. The stench of rotting flesh, strong chemicals, and decomposing manure is overwhelming, a constant assault on your senses, making your eyes water and your stomach clench. Your hands and arms are perpetually wet, stained a dark brown or gray, and often irritated by the harsh chemicals. The skin raw and chapped. The work is physically demanding, requiring you to haul heavy, slimy hides from one pit to another, scraping them clean with blunt tools and stretching them on frames. The squelch of your boots in the muddy, foul-smelling ground, the sickeningly sweet smell of decay mixed with the sharp tongue of lime, the constant buzzing of flies attracted to the pits. These are the sounds and smells of your midday. It's a job that keeps you isolated, as few people can tolerate the overwhelming odor of a tannery. Yet without leather, there would be no shoes, no belts, no harnesses for animals, no bookbindings, no protective armor. You are a vital, albeit malodorous part of the village, providing an essential material for survival. You might take a moment to rub your aching back, the smell a constant companion, a part of your very identity, clinging to your clothes and hair, permeating your very being. Environmental factors play a huge role in the midday routine. On a sunny day, the warmth is a blessing. Drying clothes on the line, warming the packed earth floors, making outdoor work more tolerable. But too much sun can be a curse, making field work unbearable, causing dehydration, and making the air thick with dust that coats your throat and eyes. You learn to seek the shade of a large tree during the hottest part of the day, or to wear a wide-brimmed hat to protect your face and neck from the relentless rays. On a rainy day, the paths turn to thick, clinging mud, making every step a slippery challenge, soaking your simple leather shoes and making every movement heavier. The thatched roofs might drip, and the air inside your cottage feels damp and heavy, making fires harder to start and clothes slower to dry. You learn to adapt, to work with nature, not against it, understanding that the weather dictates much of your daily life and must be respected. A sudden gust of wind can carry the smell of the tannery across the entire village, or bring the distant sounds of the forest closer, a sudden shift in the sensory landscape. The sounds of the village are at their peak during midday, a vibrant tapestry of human and animal activity. The distant shouts of children playing on the green, their laughter echoing cheerfully, a bright, innocent sound that cuts through the hum of labor. The murmur of conversations as neighbors gather at the well or market stall, exchanging news and gossip, their voices a soft, continuous drone. The rhythmic thump-thump-thump of a weaver's loom from a nearby cottage, or the steady clack-clack-clack of the miller's wheel, turning slowly with the water's flow, the distant chop-chop-chop of an axe from the woods, or the rhythmic clang of the blacksmith's hammer against his anvil, the constant buzz of insects in the summer, or the whistle of the wind through the eaves in winter. These are the sounds of life, vibrant and unceasing, a constant reminder of the collective effort that keeps the village alive, a symphony of daily existence. Smells, too, are abundant and varied, a rich sensory landscape that constantly shifts. The sharp tang of animal waste from the nearby pens, the sweet scent of hay from the barns, the earthy smell of freshly turned soil after a plow has passed, a deep, nourishing aroma. the occasional waft of something delicious cooking from a neighbor's hearth, a tantalizing hint of a midday meal. And yes, sometimes the less pleasant smells, the refuse left in the streets, the unwashed bodies, the general aroma of a world without modern sanitation or widespread personal hygiene. You learn to simply exist with them. Your nose, over time, becomes accustomed to them, filtering out the most offensive, focusing on the familiar, the mundane, the constant. They are part of the fabric of life, unavoidable and omnipresent, part of the truth of this historical world. Social interactions are deeply woven into the fabric of the day, often brief but meaningful. A quick chat with a neighbor while fetching water, a shared laugh over a minor mishap with a runaway chicken, a helping hand offered to someone struggling with a heavy load of firewood. Community life is strong, born out of necessity and shared experience, a constant reminder of interdependence. There are no smartphones to distract you, no social media feeds to scroll through, no digital distractions. Interactions are direct, face-to-face, often brief but deeply personal, built on shared lives and common struggles. You know everyone in the village, their families, their struggles, their joys. It's a close-knit world, for better or worse. A world where reputation and relationships are paramount. You might pause your work for a moment to exchange a few words. A nod, a shared smile, a brief moment of connection that recharges your spirit. A quiet affirmation of belonging. Common ailments and health issues are a constant presence. A quiet background hum of discomfort and occasional pain. A nagging cough from the damp air. A persistent ache in your back from heavy lifting. A blister from hard work. A small cut from a tool. These are simply part of life, accepted with a stoic resignation, a quiet understanding of the body's limits. Treatments are simple and often herbal. A poultice of crushed leaves for a wound, a decoction of herbs for a fever, a plaster of clay for a sprain. There are no pharmacies, no doctors on call in every village, no immediate relief. You rely on traditional knowledge, passed down through generations, on the wisdom of the village healer or wise woman, and on the remarkable resilience of your own body. A toothache, for instance, might be a dull, throbbing pain that you simply endure for days, perhaps chewing on a piece of willow bark for some minor relief, or holding a warm poultice to your jaw, a silent battle. The absence of modern medicine means a higher tolerance for discomfort, a quiet acceptance of the body's limitations, and the unpredictability of illness, a testament to endurance. And through it all, there's that dry, playful humor, a subtle undercurrent that lightens the load. A shared glance with a neighbor when the miller's donkey brays particularly loudly. A wry comment about the stubbornness of a pig that refuses to be herded. A gentle tease about someone's clumsy attempt at mending a fence. Life is hard, but humor is a vital coping mechanism, a way to lighten the load, to connect with others on a deeper level, to find joy in small moments. It's a subtle humor, not boisterous or loud, but a quiet, knowing smile, a shared understanding of the absurdities and challenges of daily existence. You might hear a farmer grumble about the fickle weather, but with a twinkle in his eye, knowing that complaining is as much a part of farming as planting. These small moments of levity are like tiny, refreshing springs in the long, arduous day, providing a welcome respite. Amidst the constant activity, remember to breathe. Take a moment, even when your hands are busy, to simply notice your breath. The steady inhale, the gentle exhale. Let it be an anchor in the constant flow of tasks, a quiet reminder of your own presence, your own being amidst the doing. Feel the sun on your skin or the cool air on your face. Notice the strength in your body as you lift, carry, or bend. These small moments of mindfulness, though perhaps not consciously named as such, are essential for maintaining a sense of calm amidst the constant demands. The midday is a testament to human endurance, to the simple, profound act of living, day by day, moment by moment, a quiet dance with necessity, leading you gently towards the evening's quiet embrace. As the sun begins its slow, majestic descent, painting the western sky with ever-deepening hues of orange, purple, and crimson. The rhythm of the medieval village gently shifts once more. The energetic bustle and industrious hum of midday gradually give way to a quieter, more reflective pace, a winding down. This is the time for evening tasks, for unwinding from the day's labors, for cherished family moments, and for the deliberate, gentle preparations for the deep rest of the night. The air grows cooler, carrying the faint scent of damp earth, and the stronger, comforting aroma of wood smoke from many hearths, now blazing more steadily. The first priority, as evening truly approaches, is often the preparation of the evening meal. This might be a simpler affair than the midday meal, perhaps a continuation of the thick pottage from earlier, gently reheated, or a lighter broth made from available vegetables and herbs, whatever is at hand. You gather the remaining root vegetables, perhaps a few foraged greens from the edges of the village, and tend to the fire, ensuring a steady, gentle heat, coaxing the flames to a soft, consistent glow. The aroma of simmering food begins to fill the small cottage, a comforting, savory scent that signals the end of the active workday and the promise of nourishment and respite. The sounds are softer now, the gentle chop-chop of a knife on a wooden board, a quiet rhythmic sound, the quiet clink of a pot being stirred, a spoon scraping against the bottom, the soft rhythmic crackle of the fire, a soothing backdrop to your work, a lullaby of domesticity. Cleaning up after the meal is a shared task. If you have family, a quiet cooperative effort that reinforces bonds. Bowls are scraped clean, perhaps, wiped with a piece of stale bread to absorb any remaining food, a small, practical act of minimizing waste, of valuing every crumb. Then, they are rinsed with a small amount of precious water, carefully saved from the well earlier in the day. There's no running water, no endless supply, so every drop is cherished and used sparingly, a lesson in resourcefulness. The hearth is tidied, the ashes carefully collected for later use, perhaps as fertilizer for the garden or for making lye soap, ensuring nothing goes to waste. The simple tools used for cooking, the pot, the stirring spoon, the knife, are put away, each in its designated spot, a testament to the order kept in a small, functional home, where every item has its place and purpose, a quiet efficiency. The practicalities of the meal and cleanup complete, the focus gently shifts to unwinding. This is a precious time for quiet conversation, for the sharing of simple stories, for simply being together in the warmth and comfort of the hearth. There are no screens to distract, no external entertainment demanding attention, no constant stream of information to process. Instead, families might gather closely around the hearth, the flickering firelight casting dancing shadows on the rough walls, creating an intimate, cozy space that feels safe and embracing. The warmth of the warmth. Fire is a profound comfort, a focal point for the evening, drawing everyone together in its gentle embrace. You might hear the soft murmur of voices, sharing news from the day, recounting a small anecdote, or simply enjoying the quiet companionship, the unspoken bond of shared existence, a comfortable silence. Children, if present, might be engaged in simple games, perhaps with wooden toys carved by hand, or with smooth pebbles collected from the riverbed, their laughter soft and subdued as the day winds down, their energy naturally ebbing. Older family members might be engaged in quiet, repetitive tasks that help the mind unwind, allowing thoughts to drift and settle. Mending clothes by the firelight, their fingers nimble with needle and thread, repairing tears. Spinning wool on a drop spindle, the soft whir of the spindle a hypnotic sound, transforming raw fibers into usable thread. or perhaps sharpening a tool, the quiet scrape of stone against metal, a methodical, calming rhythm. These are not chores in their demanding sense, but gentle, rhythmic actions that soothe the mind, preparing it for rest, allowing thoughts to flow freely and peacefully. The soft whir of the spinning wheel, the gentle snip of shears mending fabric, these are the sounds of a peaceful, productive evening. Sounds of contentment. Not sometimes. There might be a visitor, a neighbor stopping by for a brief chat, sharing news or a small piece of village gossip, bringing a little of the outside world into your home. These interactions are often brief, but they reinforce the bonds of community, the sense of shared existence and mutual reliance. The conversation is unhurried, flowing naturally, without the pressure of time or the need to rush, a gentle exchange of humanity. A shared cup of weak ale, a quiet nod, a moment of connection before the night deepens, a small act of fellowship. As darkness truly descends outside, blanketing the village in a profound stillness, the sounds quiet down even further. The distant sounds of animals settling for the night, the soft rustle of straw in the barn as a cow shifts, the occasional lowing of a cow, the quiet snorts of pigs in their sty, the occasional hoot of an owl, a haunting, beautiful sound in the quiet night, cutting through the stillness. The gentle rustle of leaves in the trees, stirred by a soft breeze. These are the natural lullabies of the medieval night, a symphony of peace that beckons sleep. Inside, the only light comes from the flickering fire, and perhaps a single tallow candle, its small, steady flame casting a warm, intimate glow that pushes back the encroaching shadows. The shadows stretch and shrink, creating a sense of coziness and enclosure, a safe haven from the vast darkness outside. Preparing for bed is a slow, deliberate process, a final winding down of the day, a conscious letting go. You might arrange your bedding, smoothing out the straw or leaves in your pallet, ensuring it's as comfortable as possible, fluffing it gently. If you have a fresh layer of straw, the crisp, dry scent is a pleasant addition to the air, a natural perfume that evokes the fields. You might change into a simple nightshirt, shedding the day's work clothes, feeling the subtle shift from the rough textures of wool and coarse linen to the softer, more yielding feel of a clean linen garment against your skin. This simple act is a symbolic shedding of the day's burdens, preparing for rest. The last task of the evening might be to bank the fire, a crucial act of foresight and economy. You carefully cover the glowing embers with ash, ensuring that they are smothered enough to prevent a full blaze, but still retain enough heat to remain alive until morning. This ensures that a spark remains, making it easier to rekindle the fire, without needing to strike new flint, a laborious process, or wasting precious kindling. It's a small act of preparation, a quiet promise of warmth for the coming day, a comfort in its predictability. The faint, reddish glow of the banked embers provides a last, gentle light before darkness truly settles, a comforting beacon in the quiet room, watching over you before finally lying down. You might take a moment to look out the small, unglazed window one last time. The village is now almost completely dark, save for the faint glow of a few other hearths, like distant, flickering stars, winking out one by one. The sky above is vast and filled with countless stars, unmarred by city lights, a breathtaking, humbling sight, a reminder of the immensity of the cosmos. The Milky Way might stretch across the heavens, a brilliant, cloudy band of light. It's a reminder of the immensity of the world and your small, yet significant, place within it. The air is cool and still, carrying the clean, crisp scent of night, perhaps a hint of frost if it's winter, a fresh purity as you finally lie down on your pallet, pulling the rough blanket up to your chin. You feel the day's gentle weariness settle into your bones. Your muscles might ache slightly, but it's a good ache, the satisfying fatigue of a day well spent, of honest labor. You might hear the soft, rhythmic breathing of family members nearby, a comforting presence in the darkness, a reminder that you are not alone, but part of a loving unit. Soft reminders to relax are woven into these final moments, guiding you gently towards sleep. Feel the weight of your body sinking deeper into the straw, feeling its gentle support, its natural give. Notice the warmth of the blanket, a comforting cocoon around you, protecting you. Listen to the quiet sounds of the night, both inside and outside your cottage. The subtle creaks of the house settling, the distant hoot of an owl, the soft rustle of leaves in the trees. Let your breath deepen, slowing down with each inhale. And exhale, becoming a gentle wave that carries you further into tranquility. Release any lingering thoughts, any small worries from the day, any plans for tomorrow. They can wait. For now, there is only this moment, this quiet, peaceful descent into rest. The repetitive, comforting rhythms of the evening, the preparation, the quiet companionship, the settling down, gently lull you towards sleep. You are safe. You are warm. You are utterly comfortable. And the world outside is quieting down, with you, inviting you into the embrace of deep, restorative slumber. Feel the weight of your body against your bed or whatever surface you are resting on. Notice how heavy your limbs feel, how soft the pillows are beneath your head, cradling you gently. Allow yourself to sink deeper, as if melting into the comfort. Beneath you, becoming one with the softness, the warmth, the stillness. Your muscles are relaxing, one by one, from the tips of your toes, through your arches, your calves, your thighs. Feel your hips release, your abdomen soften, your chest expand gently with each breath. Your shoulders drop away from your ears, your arms grow heavy, your hands relaxed and still. Your neck is loose, your jaw unclenched, your eyelids soft and heavy, ready to close. Your breath is slow and steady, a gentle wave that carries you deeper into relaxation with each passing moment. Each inhale brings calm. Each exhale releases all that you no longer need, all tension, all worry. Imagine your mind as a quiet pond, its surface smooth and still, reflecting the peaceful night sky above. Any thoughts that arise are like tiny ripples appearing for a moment and then gently fading away, leaving the surface undisturbed, perfectly serene. You are drifting, floating, sinking deeper with every breath. You are safe. You are warm. You are utterly comfortable, enveloped in a cocoon of peace and tranquility. There is nothing left to do, nowhere left to go, no more tasks to complete. Just this quiet, peaceful space, preparing you for the deepest, most restorative sleep. Let the gentle story of the medieval village, with its simple rhythms, its honest realities, and its quiet dignity, be the perfect lullaby that carries you away. Drift now softly, peacefully, effortlessly into the profound embrace of sleep. Let the stillness of this ancient world wrap around you, soothing your mind and body. Closing in good night. And so, our gentle journey through the medieval village comes to a close. The sounds of the night have fully settled. The last whispers of the wind have died down, and the quiet peace of deep rest is now upon us. A profound stillness that invites slumber, a complete surrender to tranquility. Thank you, my dear friend, for joining me on this quiet exploration of history. Thank you for taking this precious time for yourself, for allowing your mind to wander gently through a world long past, and for embracing the deep calm that comes with such a journey. Your presence here makes this quiet space all the more special. A shared moment of tranquility and connection across time. As you drift deeper and deeper into sleep, I wish you the most restful night imaginable. May your dreams be sweet, peaceful, and filled with whatever brings you the most comfort and joy. May they be soft and comforting, like the gentle rustle of leaves in a summer breeze, or the quiet glow of a banked fire. May you awaken feeling completely refreshed, utterly renewed, and ready for whatever your own modern day may bring, carrying with you a sense of quiet gratitude and inner peace, a calm readiness for a new day. Remember, this quiet haven is always here for you, whenever you need a moment to unwind, to relax, to simply be, to escape the noise and demands of the everyday. It will be here, waiting, whenever you seek its gentle embrace, a constant source of calm. If you found a moment of peace or a gentle smile during our time together, a soft thought, a quiet like or a gentle subscription helps this space reach others who might also be seeking a moment of calm, a peaceful escape from the daily grind. But please, only if it feels right, only if it brings you joy. Your peace is the priority, and your peaceful rest is the greatest reward. Now, let the last of my words fade into the silence. Let them dissolve into the quiet air around you, becoming part of the stillness. Let the gentle hum of the night, the soft rustle of leaves outside your window, or the profound, quiet stillness of your room be your final lullaby, guiding you deeper and deeper into the soft, comforting embrace of sleep. Good night, my dear. Friend, sleep deeply, sleep peacefully, and may your rest be truly restorative, preparing you for a bright and gentle tomorrow.